show brought me to go. That brought me to all my fancy things. My crib, my cars, my clothes, my shoes. Nigga, I came home and I ain't changed. And you should way more than you hate. Nigga, you mad? I know that you be happy I made it. From the tech, my car to...
You know, two of my favorite people in boxing is 50 Cent, which I'm gonna have to explain all over again, and Al Heyman. I'm gonna say, I don't even know where to start. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, listen, this is for real. I'm going. Come on, boxing channel. 85% in boxing. The other 15% will be something like world news, you know, and it's 15%, do your math, it's only 15% world news, current events, if a wrestler dies or something like that, or if the WWE goes out of business, you know, or, you know, things of that nature, that'll be that other 15%. So, since this is all mine, T-Street Controversy Live, I'm starting my own promotional company, and I realized that when I was covering the Mayweather Promotions story, when I was covering Richard Schaefer and Oscar De La Hoya, and I said in previous videos that I kind of was relating to Oscar De La Hoya because I myself too had an addiction. It was the bottle. I took my black ass to rehab, you know, when no one thought I was going to do it, and guess what? In 21 days, it will be 1 full year since the bottle stopped controlling my life. And what I noticed over this year, you know, was that after the first 3 months, okay, you're telling everybody, you know, you're sober, you're getting your life together, you know, you're going to start getting things back into control. You know, then you get to the 6-month period, and it's like, okay, like now it's time to start showing people. You know, because they see, okay, you know, he ain't been drunk, all right, you know, he still drink, but he ain't been, for example, you know how it goes, you know, I'm not going to sit here and fraud. When it comes to when you have a drinking habit like I used to have, of course, you know, you go to rehab, they're not going to say, okay, all right, you know, you go, they send you to a therapist, you know, they say go see his doctors and, you know, all that kind of stuff and get your shit together. So, I started learning a lot about myself. I started learning so much about myself, and then it came down to the question of, I'm not even my own boss, so how can I talk about? But I never wanted to leave into the arena. My plans involved into the arena. To really explain what happened, I cannot go into detail, but I can say I was allowed to walk away. Now, I was a business major, marketing. I can't say the university. When it comes to the things I've learned and how I applied it to YouTube as far as marketing myself, you know, as far as the research, outside of anything, you know, I don't just do videos. I provide a service. And that service is, this guy right here does nothing but eat, sleep, and breathe boxing all day long. You know, I retired, I said last year. And it's crazy because it's August the 1st, 2014, and on July the 31st, no, on July the 30th, 2013 was when I said, I'm not working for anyone anymore. I quit my job. That's a whole different video alone. You know, last year was rough. Now, I'm not going to go on all the details on that either because I want you to go refer to those older videos on Into the Brain. I want you to go watch those videos. There's prediction videos that I've done that are relevant today. For example, I did Adrian Broner versus Manuel Transformer Taylor. That video is on that channel, and I was talking about that fight before it was officially announced. You know, as well as Chris Algieri, Manny Pacquiao, the whole Floyd. There's some valuable videos over there, classics. And you have to ask yourself, this man, 28,800 people is when I left. He walked away from all that. You know, and that hurt. It hurt. Not only because it was like, you know, I was sitting and I'm like, well, I'm an unrestricted free agent. You know, and all those videos I was doing, I was sending a message not only to people in my personal life and you guys here on YouTube. It was to Into the Arena as well. It's like I'm getting control over them. I'm getting control. So, when it came to negotiating, we couldn't get a deal done. We couldn't agree on something. And I said, well, listen, this is not I know my worth. So I got the hell out of there. Immediately I got on the phones. And I tell you right now, I don't know how many hours it is from Monday till Friday, but I only slept probably no more than 12 of them. No more than 12 of them. And I still got to go out and start doing some more running around. I built a fully functioning, revenue generating YouTube channel from scratch, the bottom up. I did something that, and this is not taking a shot, I did something that it took us so long to do at Into the Arena. I did that in 72 hours. The channel was already functioning and ready to go. As far as generating revenue, all I had to do is do videos. The only problem I'm having now is it's so much going on. Things are moving so fast. Like if you look, it just started a few days ago and everything hasn't caught up yet. If you're on my Facebook page, I've been doing a lot. I've been buying up stuff. I've been doing a lot. I joined almost every single major social media outlet. You know why? Because I'm building so that my videos are going to be on every single major social media outlet. All my social media is synchronized, passwords for each one of them, code verification. I'm talking about I fully restructured my name and my brand completely away from that. Because, for example, when LeBron James left, his face was immediately off the website. His name was nowhere to be found. And that's what happens. When it comes to sports, if you leave a team or something, okay, that's it. Like it's no more. Your name is gone. All that's everything's gone. They take your name off your locker. It's gone. So it wasn't. I didn't separate myself as far as no, it's disrespect. I'm getting the fuck out of here. It was like, okay, well, I was a business major. That's how you do it. It's like I'm going. I fully separated myself. And now it's time to start fully functioning on here. Then right now, I'm working on a couple more things because since I'm by myself, I want to make sure that all I gotta do is come on here and just do videos and just hit share, and then already all the work is done. It's all over all the social media websites. All the work is done. All I gotta do is two things: is put it on my like page, and then probably I don't know. But that's what I've been doing. I'm doing all that back behind the scenes work. Now go look at my channel. Go look around. Go look in the about section. Look at the social media accounts. Now you only can put a certain amount on there. I think you can put 4, but I'm gonna get one more on there. I think it's gonna be Pinterest because that's the new. You gotta jump on that. So what I'm saying is that I wasn't preparing for this for a long time. But it was like, well, I need more control, and I can understand when it was a year ago, when I was unpredictable, drunk and all that all the time. But I consistently showed, if you look at the numbers, that in the last year, we've gained 20,000 people. In 11 months, actually, we gained 20,000 people. God knows how many million views. And this is like my lucky hat. That's why, if you notice certain times, like in my videos, I do certain stuff on purpose. When I was doing all those videos, like saying, I was alcoholic, I'm cleaning myself up, I'm getting back control, I'm getting back control, I'm getting back control. That's me. That was me giving out the signs. That was me giving out the signs, and that applied to everyone. To a point where I'm telling you, I'm not taking no for an answer anymore. I work hard. I've done so much on the outside of YouTube. I don't deserve this. I just want to do my videos and be left alone. But when it comes to the future at Into the Arena, I realize that I'll get to be a promoter faster on my own than I would there, and that's the dream, and I meant what I said. I meant everything I said. Nothing is going to take me away from my dream. Nothing is going to stop me. I'm not going to allow anything or anyone, period, to get in the way. Like right now, I got, I want to say it like this. I've been coming at everybody the same way. Like, yo, like, you're not going to keep talking to me like I'm drunk. I've been, and I understood all that. I understood all that. It's like, okay, all right, I got to show people. People going to be like, well, you used to talk all that shit before. You ain't never do nothing. But now, I have control. I am officially an entrepreneur. Officially. Now, to walk away from all of that, those videos was the last gift I gave to Enter the Arena. I don't want to, I'm not the type of guy, I'm not going to repost those videos or nothing like that. I'm not going to go on those videos and saying I'm not here anymore and please subscribe. Actually, it's sad. It's going to be a time where I'm going to have to stop going to that channel. It's going to be soon because I can't see it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I got to leave that behind. Now, will we work again, together? I don't know. That is to be determined. But at this point in time, they had the chance to keep me. They had the chance to keep me. My requests were very, 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 very small. But that's how business works sometimes, and we gotta learn from it. You gotta think about over here on my side. Look, it's not guaranteed that I'm gonna get all those subscribers back. It's not guaranteed, Now, me personally, I'm a confident dude. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna get all of them back. And I'm not talking about from there because I'm gonna get new people, even if it's not, yeah. I'm gonna be there in, I don't know. I'm not gonna be overzealous. I'm gonna say a year. I'm gonna say a year from today. I'm gonna be back there. But you damn right I'm gonna make it sooner. So what that involves is covering the weigh-ins as far as once the weigh-in is over, while I'm there, I shoot the footage of the weigh-in on my camera, upload that so I have the official weigh-in video on my page, then do a video, myself, a separate video, talking about the weigh-in and the weights and the normal way I do it, the press conferences. Shoot the press conference. After it's over, I immediately give my commentary, on the press conference. Now, this is going to involve, first, because the East Coast. California is already popping with all reporters and all that. The East Coast. Boston, if there's fights up there. If there's fights north of New York. New York. Definitely. Barclays Center, Madison Square Garden, I'm supposed to be there. Atlantic City, I'm supposed to be there. Anything in Philadelphia, I'm supposed to be there. There should be one place in Philadelphia I'm going every week. Simple as that. I should be there. When it comes to Washington D.C., I can get there. When it comes to, maybe Cincinnati, Ohio, I can get there. And what I'm saying, I'm trying to figure out how to put this into words. I have control now. So there's going to be a lot of assumptions, and people are going, I already know, don't talk, I already know, I already know, and I want to say something about my Facebook. This is what I'm going to do. My Instagram, I'm going to do Instagram and stuff, like posting pictures of food and, like I'm learning Instagram and you just post stuff, take pictures of stuff, so you put a filter on it. My Twitter account, what I'm going to use my Twitter account for is when I go in there to research the same places I get the information from, I'm going to retweet it. So you may not see me commenting on Twitter, but you'll see me posting retweets of, Steven Espinoza, Dan Rayfield, Paulie Malignaggi, and such and such and such and such. Every one of my social media will have a role. My Facebook, my Facebook personal page. Now that's going to start filling up real. That's going to start filling up real fast, especially with boxing season. I only have about 1,200 spaces left. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to start trimming the fat. I'm going to talk about people that have nothing to do with boxing. You got them friends on there that they says, what are you here for, taking up space? I'm going to start trimming the fat. I already did, but still, it's a lot because more people coming in every day. So I'm going to use my official Facebook page, to free speech, basically. Free speech, And I'm going to leave it at that. You know, it's pretty much uncensored. You know, except I don't want no freaks on my page, and it's definitely not going to be any sexual harassment. I booted like 3 people already because of that alone. You know, so I'm not having it. So I want people to speak their mind, because I feel boxing is a brutal sport. You know, let people express their emotions. I don't mind, you know, because here's the thing. I got people on my Facebook page that are sworn enemies. You know, I got people that may be in Cambodia wanting to beef with somebody up in Alaska. You know, they're like, yo, meet me, you know, I'll meet you halfway. My address is such. You know, like, what? You know, but what I'm saying is everybody be yourself. You know, you come on my page, you can talk to me, you know, you can be like, yo, why you always on some dumbass shit? You know, you can say, yo, your prediction's always wrong, motherfucker. But if you start coming at me, you know, on some old reckless stuff, I'm gonna curse you out, just like you can curse me out. You'd be surprised, I get chewed out a lot, you know, like especially when my predictions be wrong. Oh my God, and I want to say this. If you look at all the major fights, not just the major fights, but in the United States, but I cover global fights, international fights. So if you think about that, I'm going to tell you that I'm close to 80% right on my predictions. Because why? Once again, I provide a service. I research. You know, I saw a market over there, you know, and I say nobody's covering UK boxing properly. Nobody's covering overseas boxing properly. So what did? I started educating myself. I don't have like, you know, it's tough, because to be able to watch some of the fights, you got to go through hell and high water in the United States. You know, and I pay for every single major pay-per-view fight. Why? Because if you're generating money off of YouTube, that's what you should be doing. You know, so I'm a promoter at heart too. You know, and a businessman at heart too. It was a lot of things, you know, that I didn't feel comfortable that I would be able to succeed in and into the arena. And then me not being in control, you know, let me tell you about my work history in brief. I only had a few jobs First job was at a gas station. My aunt was the manager. This was 11 years old. What I would do is I would clean up the lot, sweep the lot, you know, stock the cooler, put the drinks in the cooler. I was making, like, you know, money buying video games and stuff like that. I did that till I was from 11 to I was 14. When I became 14, I got my workers permit, and I became a cashier. Now I don't know if you could do. I don't think you could do that anywhere these days. But this was the mid '90s, where, you know, I was a 14-year-old cashier. You know, I was reckless. I'm talking about I was giving people the wrong change constantly, always short. It was crazy, you know, because I was not, you know. But from 14 all the way until I was 19, I'm an assistant manager. I was close to being a manager. But then I said, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. You know, I was working the night shift, the 11 to 7. What I would do is, you know, I would take my PlayStation 2 in there, you know, because I worked in the middle of nowhere. I would take my PlayStation 2, and I would just sit there and game all night. You know, we had a TV in there until people started drawing, you know, and people started messing up, and they started, you know, like using my TV and just watching it during the daytime, you know, when they tell the customers to wait, you know, mess my little, you know. So I went to college. And that right there, I tell you, I have to accredit to the Don Juan Banks. He got me into college. So the respect and the friendship will always be there, but this is business. This is business. I was in college. I was assistant manager my junior year. I became a full-time I was an intern manager, basically. This was for Sunoco, by the way. So I was running 2 stores, you know, and I was thinking to myself, like, yo, I'm working like 70 hours a week, because guess what? In 2004, I started working at Ruby Tuesdays. My first restaurant job ever. I was a busser, you know, running around tables and everything. I was 22 years old. I was 21 years old by the turn 22. You know, then I was like, I can't do this no more. You know, then they said, okay, well, become a host. You know, the person at the door, you know, seating the people. I said, I can't do this anymore. You know, then I became the to-go person. You know, that's the person taking the orders, you know, the food. You know, you go to like Bennigan's was not around anymore. You know, Fridays or something. The person you call in and say, yeah, I want that Jack Daniel's chicken and shrimp. So after that, I became a server. Then I became a bartender. Then I became a cook in 1 year. Because I've always been about upward management. When I'm in a position, I'm always thinking about how can I get up to the top. You know, I'm always learning what I can at that level. Then I'll think, okay, I got to start doing that next. Watching the people that are above me. You know, so started working at TGI Fridays. I was a bartender for 10 years. Very skilled bartender. I was charismatic. I can't put into words. I can't put into words. You know, but I ran my numbers. I made everything right. You know, because I was kind of OCD, but see, they didn't understand that. So, for example, I tell you something crazy. You know, I would go to work, you know, like drunk as hell, tired as hell, because I'm up all night doing videos. And I would go in, you know, chick would say, you know, like, why you look so, what was you doing last night? And I'd be like, man, 80,000 views on YouTube. I'm tired, you know. She'd be like, ha, you lying ass. But, you know, see what I'm saying? So I kept this whole YouTube thing like private. My family didn't know about it. You know, I just told my mom about Pacquiao right after Pacquiao. You know, I told my mom, you know, about it because I was thinking to myself, like when you're first doing it, you know, it's a joke. You know, when you're first doing it, like right now, this is joke level to me. When people say, oh, it's only 1,000 people, ha ha ha. You know, this is joke level to me. So when you're at that point, then people don't know where you're going to go. You know, that's why I said this was a big risk lead, you know. You know, people don't know how far you're going to go. You know, so I was thinking like, well, how many views should I get before I tell my mom or my family? You know, so they take it seriously. You know, 20,000, 25, 75, 100, 150, moving on up past 500,000, 700,000, 800,000. You know, my highest video, which belongs to Into the Arena, I have the original copies, but I will always leave that there because I accomplished that there. 890,000 views, unedited, uncut. Why? Because I studied my ass off and I earned that covering every single major fight live. You know what that means, covering every single fight live? That means moments after a fight goes up, all those videos, you'll be able to say, yo, that guy did that video moments after that fight. Oh, you know? And also I want you to understand that the same applied for Into the Arena. You know, I couldn't just keep being just at that level. You know, I couldn't keep doing it. You know, so I just said, well, let me see how much I'm worth. You know? And everything was riding on that. So as it stands right now, like I said, this channel's gonna be all boxing. You know, well, 85% boxing. You know, I feel I owe you guys something. I'm not gonna keep sitting up here and making it, you know, like, no. It's so much that should have been done so long ago. But once again, I'm in control and I will take full blame for every single thing. And I'll tell you right now, I'm 2 months behind. As soon as I get off here, I'm scrambling around because I still don't got my license yet. So I got my 2013 Tahoe that's just been sitting for like 6 months. You know, I gotta start driving, you know, because I'm supposed to be at the Garcia Salka weigh-in. You know, so as soon as I leave here, right now it's 4:51 Eastern Standard Time. Traffic court closes at 7:30. You know, this video is probably going to be up after 7:30 most likely, but August the 1st, and I'm trying to make it to that weigh-in with my father. You know, because I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, my videos now, and if you say my video Into the Arena, you know that was supposed to be my video of stop talking about all the personal stuff. You know. And even when it comes to Facebook, this is what I was talking about earlier. Even when it comes to Facebook, I do a lot of stuff. You know, like you keep seeing me post the same thing over and talking about the same thing over and over. It's a marketing strategy. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure you know. So even if you don't support it, it'll start making you mad. But the fact that it's making you mad, like why does he keep posting this over and over and over again, all the way to the point where you say I'm sick of this, I'm about to unfriend you, then I just stop. You know. So when I'm saying stuff or posting stuff on Facebook and it seems redundant, you know, I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it. You know, because people are like, oh, you know, Tstreet'S, we know already. And I be like, no, I'm gonna make sure you know. I'm gonna make sure you know. I don't consider it spam because you know why? Because let me tell you what I do. I had things got so busy, and it's even worse now because I'm on my own. Thousands of emails. Chats on the networking, the phones. I had to put it into shifts. So between 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 2 to 4 p.m., I'm on there on social media doing all my networking, watching the fights and everything, and I just sit there, 5-6 days a week. Sundays, I give Sundays to myself. Sundays I play video games, and my posts would be about movies and stuff like that. So and everything's a pattern. I want you to pay attention to it. So when it comes to here, nothing's going to change. As soon as I work out the final kinks, I'm going to be doing these videos just like where I left off. And we're going to be, working all the way back up. And remember, like I said, this is joke level to me. Even though I got, the partnership and I'll have the affiliated partnership after I do what they told me to do this weekend, which was easy. I'm thinking what? But everything's already ready. And we're going to get it popping. Every single major fight live I'm going to be covering. And trust and believe. I'm 2 months behind. But we're getting there. Interviews, everything. We're getting there. I'm going to say welcome to T Street Controversy. T Street Controversy Live. Subscribe.